What's up, guys? It's Andrew. So I'm here to talk about vehicle deployments. Vehicle deployment is when you dismount from a vehicle, you exit the vehicle. And engagement is when you enter a combatant's vehicle, a target vehicle, for the reason of controlling that vehicle, controlling the subject that's driving that vehicle, controlling that combatant. So, with that said, let's jump into this and what techniques are. So, the doors are off of this vehicle. This is a routine. They do not have the experience, the training, the knowledge to do this. They should not be doing this because just from this steel frame right here shows the liability that they are taking. And if they have some idiot out there watching this and saying, hey, I'm going to do this same thing because that looks cool, they could be found at fault for it because they are, at this point, social influencers. So, if you do, for whatever reason, have to do a vehicle deployment with a canine, first thing you want to do, you shouldn't have that dog pulling. Yes, that dog is pulling. You can watch the original video. No matter what the woman says in the comments, her dog is pulling. It is equipment fixated. You can tell by its mouth, the way the jaws are, the way the ears are, the way the eyes are, the way that it's leaning towards the outside of that vehicle, the fact that she has to hold on to it. That dog wants to go after whatever it sees. Now, in a real situation, you shouldn't be holding your dog. Yes, your dog's head should be on a swivel. It should kind of look like that. But you shouldn't have to hold it back. It should know not to engage and to command it to. That is one situation I would say 100% you would want to command your dog. I know I talk a lot about automatic engagements, automatic deployments, and stuff like that. I do believe in them, but this is one situation where I tell you, you want full control of that dog. You want that dog to be commanded to be exiting that vehicle, because at great speeds that dog might catch wrong. A dog safely can deploy from a vehicle at 30 miles per hour or less and be perfectly fine no matter how it lands. Anything over that you risk, but it can be up to 50-ish. It just depends on the dog's training and the surface. Softer the surface, the more likely you can get a little bit more speed. But hard surfaces like that pavement right there, anything above 35 miles per hour, that dog lands wrong, it's just going to get totaled. So nothing more than that. Realistically, for training purposes, if you train it, and in real life, you shouldn't really have to do more than 15. If your dog's jumping out of the vehicle more than 50 miles per hour, then you shouldn't be training it, because in real situations, for what y'all doing, this is for my law enforcement people out there, y'all shouldn't, because y'all should be slowing down to be able to get in close proximity to that suspect to apprehend. Y'all should be almost hands-on, or be able to go hands-on by exiting the vehicle yourself. So, with that said, dog should be on its stomach and chest, which means it should be laying completely in that seat. Floorboard is more preferred. It's a lot safer, but you definitely do not want the dog sitting. And you do not want a situation like this where the dog just wants to go after the target, because if the dog pulls, that dog can yank anybody at that vehicle. And this is what this lady who is training that made this original post is flawed out. She's giving the illusion that this can be done by anybody. No, because if you watch her original video, the dog is pulling her, and she knows damn good and well that that dog puts any ass behind that pull, that if it wasn't a routine, that if it was a real situation, that she would be out behind that vehicle, especially seeing how her knees is turned into the dog. That dog just one good leap at that vehicle and she's going after it. And as someone who's jumped out of numerous vehicles, some exceeding the speed of 60 miles per hour, some that's times being pulled out against my own will, I can tell you, you do not want to be in this situation and having that dog jump out and pulling you behind it. So, don't, if you watch this woman's original video, do not copy this idiocy. You want the vehicle to be as slow as possible. Like right there, the dog can jump out safely right there. I think right there she's probably at maybe 10 to 8 miles per hour when the dog actually jumps. Another thing about vehicle deployments, you want to be as quick as possible to give backup to that dog. Notice how that dog is on its own that whole time. So as soon as that dog gets out, you want to be jumping behind it. You don't want to be, waiting for the vehicle to slow down. If you deploy your dog from a moving vehicle, you want to deploy from that moving vehicle as well. Because see how the dog didn't attack that strong arm? The dog has a high chance of getting killed before you even get on scene. So, any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them below. Till next time, guys.